All right, you lovely people. This is day 4 of figuring out how to make Bali with only 2 months left on the clock before I go bankrupt. And today I didn't really want to film this video, to be honest, because I'm not going to lie, it just wasn't the most productive day for me. And I'm frustrated at myself because I know that the work that I need to do, and I know that is kind of boring. Um, And what happens when I go through this, right? It's really frustrating because I'm so aware of like the thoughts that are going through my head, and it's. I hope this helps someone out there understand why they're maybe not doing the things that they're doing. Because if I knew that if I was less aware, like I was maybe last year, the year before, and I didn't realize that these thoughts were BS, then I may have continued on my journey of maybe creating YouTube videos and just sticking to it. And what I'm doing at the moment is I've been like learning about AI and automations. I've landed a client, a recruitment company, and I'm helping them with their lead generation. So I'm thinking, okay, with that learning, I can now go and help other recruitment companies. And the task is to do hyper personalized cold emails. So I've got the emails and I record a loom. And then whenever I sit down to do a loom, it's so frustrating because I'm sitting here by my desk, and after 2, 3 looms, I did 1 yesterday, I did 4 today. So I guess it's an improvement, but I just get bored and I'm like, okay, I need to go do something else. And then I come up with excuses. So today I was sitting here and I hadn't eaten lunch yet. And I was like, oh, maybe I can order lunch. And then I had lunch. And then after lunch, I was like, oh, maybe I can have a rest. And eventually it's the end of the day and I haven't done anything. And it's super frustrating. And then I was like, oh, maybe I can try something else. Like maybe because I don't enjoy it, I shouldn't be doing it. And all this bullshit that I come up with telling me to change paths. But luckily, I had a conversation with another guy. He's just moved in here and he's a high ticket sales rep. He lives in Bali. He's like a sales guy, and like there's a remote closer. So what happens, he jumps on a call with someone who's looking to buy an online program and he sells them onto it, which is really cool because he's able to live anywhere, earn money, and he earns pretty good money. And there's another guy in the villa that's also doing the same thing. And we were talking about this whole thing of like after a month in, it feels like you've made no progress because there's no material success. And that's when it's so easy to like look at the lady in the red dress, whether that's like doing a different service, learning a different skill, and trying to go after that because you think that it's easy, because you're going through the pain of not knowing exactly what to do right now in the skill that you've already spent a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months learning and trying to deliver for other people. And so this is actually the point where I need to wake up tomorrow and say to myself, I'm going to stick with this, I'm going to focus, I'm going to continue, and that's what I'm going to do. I think I sent 4 emails today. I did 1 yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to do 10. I'm just going to, again, it's all about the 1% improvements. And I'm going to get to 25 one day. Maybe by the end of next week, I'm going to be smashing it out. At least I'm improving, right? But I'm not going to change paths like my brain wanted me to. And this is the point. Your brain will come up with millions of excuses why this thing is not the thing that you should be doing until you see success. But you are going to fail 99 times before you see success. And so you need to get through 99 occurrences of your brain saying to yourself, you should go and do something else, or you should start a different business, or you should try and sell a different skill. But actually the compounding gains from sticking to the same thing, I mean, over months, but to be honest, over years, and not being affected by the little instances of pain that come when you're sitting there and you're trying to record this loom and you really don't want to do it. And so hopefully this helps you, but just stick with whatever you're doing, at least for long enough so that you actually gave it a real shot, okay? I'd say a minimum 3 months, okay? Because in 3 months, you should be able to get your first client. And if you don't, and you have done the actions that you need to do in order to do that, then maybe you can reassess and think, okay, like maybe I'm not that good at this, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I can try something else. But if you haven't tried something for 3 months, you haven't really given it a shot. So that's the learning today for me, which is don't get distracted, focus. And the thing is, it's so easy to be distracted right now. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to order a fucking office chair, because right now I'm using this. And to be fair, it's not bad. I shouldn't complain. I'm grateful for the chair, but it's not. It's like, I feel like if I get an office chair and invest in my environment where I'm creating these Loom videos, it will make it easier for me to do it. So I'm going to try that. Maybe even get a standing desk so I can stand here and record the Loom videos. Maybe that will make it easier. So those are the two things that I'm thinking, because if you keep doing the same things and expecting different results, then you're insane. That's the definition of insanity. So I think sometimes if something's not working in your environment, you're not focusing, then maybe trying to change things. Like yesterday, I tried to clear up my desk area. That clearly hasn't worked as much as I would like. Maybe changing the environment. I definitely feel motivated standing up and talking right now. So maybe it's just standing up, and maybe it's just like feeling, instead of sitting down in this one space, standing up, feeling a bit more like I can move can help. So that's what I'm going to try, and I'll give you an update tomorrow on how it's going. But other than that, you know what? I'm grateful. I'm happy about this journey, and like, it's a fun ride, right? It feels like actually if I continue like this and I actually get through and I actually end up doing the Loom videos, sending the emails that I want to send, it will show this curve of me improving. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the improvement and the challenge. And I'm almost framing this whole thing of like, oh, I don't want to do it. That's why I should fucking do it. I should lean into that resistance. So, oh yeah, this is the other thing. This is an interesting thing. So when you don't want to do something, there is a part in your brain which basically is called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. And basically, your ability to do the things that you don't want to do comes down to this part in your brain, and you can build up this thing. So whenever I do a Loom video, I'm basically building some tissue in my brain that is then going to help me do more things that I don't like. And that part of your brain only grows when you do things that you don't like to do. And so an example of this is that athletes, obviously they have to train all the time. And when they train, they obviously don't want to do it all the time. And so they have a AMCC, which is 25% bigger than the average person. And so I've just got to engage that AMCC. And whenever I'm on the treadmill now, this is a little hack. I have to I've been walking for like 45 minutes today. And I set the goal of 45 minutes. And to be honest, I didn't really want to be on it, but I was reminding myself, okay, I'm growing the AMCC, I'm growing the MCC. But then, even after 45 minutes, I went for a couple minutes extra. Because when you complete a hard task that you didn't really want to do, and then you do a little bit extra that you really, really don't want to do, that also grows the AMCC. So yeah, I guess that ended up being quite I'd say value-packed video. But the main takeaway, if you're on a journey and your brain is coming up with excuses for you to not take the action that you need to take, and is saying to yourself that you can go and do something else, then please focus and stick with it. Because if you can, then you'll win. Peace.